It was a cool summer's night. I was the only detective left in the office, as it was well past midnight. I was just putting away the last of my case files when all of a sudden, I got a call.
Shrimpski? Is he dead? I'll be right there.
I quickly put on my coat and ran down the stairs. It wasn't every day I got a call like this. I landed in the reception center, and dead in front of me was the scene of the crime. A 10-gallon freshwater tank, home to 5 neon tetras, 2 guppies, 3 snails, and a dozen or so cherry shrimp. The largest of them being James R. Shrimpski. I searched the tank up and down, but there was no sign of Shrimpski to be found. But someone in this tank knew what had happened, and I was sure of it. I now had 24 potential witnesses and suspects, and I would not rest until the case was solved. I took out my magnifying glass for a closer look, and there I saw what was unmistakably the exoskeleton of a shrimp. But was this a random molt, or the remains of Shrimpski? I didn't know. So, I grabbed a pair of tweezers and carefully lifted the evidence into a bag. I would have the coroner take a look at it first thing in the morning.
I ran the analysis, and the specimen seems to be a molt rather than the remains of Shrimpski. Do you think the molt could be Shrimpski's? No, it's much too small to be his.
Oh. Well, thank you for your help.
My pleasure, boss.
I had reached a dead end, so I returned to the tank to continue the investigations. There, a man known as Steve caught my eye. His stomach was abnormally huge, indicating a potentially Shrimpski-sized meal. I interrogated him for 2 hours without getting a single peep. I was once again beat. I was pacing in front of the tank when, all of a sudden, I slipped on some spilt water. When I finally came to, I noticed something horrifying. Just 8 inches from my face, the remains of Mr. Shrimpski. I had thought finding Shrimpski would help solve the case, but it only gave me more questions. Was this foul play? Was it suicide? I was confused and heartbroken. Is the world that indifferent to people like Shrimpski? Is that how we're all destined to go? Alone on the cold, hard ground? As I looked at the tank for what felt like the 100th time, I saw something that I had seemingly failed to notice all along. A small note stuck to the side of the tank that read, "This tank has grown too small for me. These 4 glass walls that were once my home are now only holding me back. I want to see the ocean and eat fresh seaweed. I don't know if I'll make it, but I have to try. Shrimpski." It seems Shrimpski's world was too small for his ambition, but the real world was too big for it. He died trying to gain his freedom, something few men are courageous enough to do. That is the mysterious case of James R. Shrimpski.